Good morning. It's January 26, 2025, and if you can believe it, it's a Sunday once again. Here in LA, there are light showers. It's 56 degrees Fahrenheit, or 13 Celsius. Today, I'm thinking about the film ERASERHEAD, released all the way back in 1977, and with me is E-Rich in the Radiator.
That's right. Reporting from the radiator, it's me, David Lynch. E-Rich.
David E-Rich. And also with me is Florian Lynch.
I'm confused. Whose voice are you doing?
Oh no. You don't know? That's David Lynch. He directed this film. He passed away. That's why we're doing the episode.
Are you telling me that someone who has that radio voice has directed this movie?
Yeah.
Film director and transcendental meditation practitioner, David Lynch.
Exactly.
Wow.
Prolific
This blows
artist.
my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's how the actors were directed to do their scenes. It's exactly that
like,
voice.
hey,
wow.
Hey, Jack, can you stand a couple fucking feet over for the shot? You're not in the fucking frame. That's how it'd go, I'm sure, yeah.
Well, it was nicer when you did the radio voice.
That's, you know, it just has
Get
a
closer to the baby.
Please move closer to the baby. Yeah. That's his, that's just how he sounds. You can watch all his interviews and stuff. He's great. And he is a treasure, an international treasure due to his weather reports, due to his films, of course, and just his giant personality.
Starring in Twin Peaks as Gordon Cole.
Yeah. And also directing Twin Peaks and everything, too. And
wow.
yeah, he's great. And it's been a great loss just having him pass away just this last week here. So
You've not seen any of his movies except for this one.
I have seen Dune from 1984, okay? And now this one, so, yeah.
I've seen all of his films, all of his TV work, except for some radio show that he did. It's a show about a radio station, I think, but I haven't seen that.
All right, well.
Wow.
Yeah.
The super fan.
He doesn't have a ton of movies, right? It's more like it's sort of like Kubrick, where he's got like 12 movies or something.
No, he's got tons.
He doesn't have like 40 like Spielberg does or whatever.
Oh, he does have 40 movies.
Does he? You didn't know who he was until 5 minutes ago when we did this impression.
He's got like 7 or 8 movies. What are you talking about?
I never heard his voice. Well, that's not...
What are you talking about? I've only directed 7 movies.
I don't believe you.
I've only helmed 7 feature films.
He has written 63 movies or things, I guess.
Is that like on IMDb or something? Because they're going to count every short and every YouTube video and every weather report. Yeah.
He has directed 109 things, okay?
Not feature films, though, which is what he's done like 8 of, yeah. So.
Really?
Including Eraserhead, his first film. It was a no-budget experimental movie that he made over... you said he did like a paper route to fund it or something. It was like a whole thing and a whole process to try to get this made, you know? And this came out in the same year as Star Wars and set off his whole career, so...
Wow.
Yeah. And I think I enjoyed it a ton, honestly. I thought it was wonderful. I thought it was spooky and funny, almost in equal amounts and stuff as it went on. Probably more spooky than funny, especially toward the end. But yeah, it's a great movie. It's a lot of fun, and I think everyone should see this one. It's pretty short too.
So I write how many David Lynch movies into Google, and it says at least 24.
10 movies. No, 10 movies.
Why does Google say at least 24?
The Google AI is gonna say whatever. Okay, it doesn't know anything.
Is this hallucinating?
Yeah, I tried to get it to say something. I don't remember the specifics, so whatever. But yeah, it's often wrong. Okay, it's often wrong.
Oh yeah, I guess it lists movies and there's not that many on there. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's made a lot of shows, so that's like, I guess those are almost like a movie, right?
On Wikipedia, it gives him like 4 credits or something for TV shows, I
Wow.
think, but I don't know. You know, but this is it's his first film, and it's about a man who gets married, and he has a kid with the woman he marries this woman after he has the kid, but I don't think he sees the kid until later or something. I don't know if you know.
Wait, when does he marry her? There was the.
I think they got
the
married
old
off
lady.
screen. He's getting pressured into
Off-screen?
marrying her and stuff. So I assume he does between the point where they're sleeping in the same
guess.
bed. You know, yeah. And it's just about this horrible, depressing situation that this guy has gotten himself into by sleeping with this woman and then marrying her, and then she quits, and then he's stuck with this horrible mutant monster baby. So that's great.
I mean, this movie is blowing my mind. Like, what on earth is happening? Why is the baby an alien, and why is everything just like completely nonsensical?
So the first part I can definitely answer, Florian. I am not a parent myself, but something I've heard from parents and something I've heard from people who have raised children is that at a certain point, you are just trying to keep this thing alive. Like,
Well, yeah.
it is screaming, it is shitting, it is making all kinds of weird noises, sounds, like colors are flying out of it, and you're just
Colors?
trying to make sure that it does not die.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you have to like monitor the colors of the baby's poop and shit like that to make sure that it's like getting the right amount of nutrients and shit like that. Like,
Yeah.
it is insane the
Exactly.
shit that you do as a parent to make sure that your little child is going to live, and you become divorced from reality after a certain point doing that.
Yeah.
So the description that he's in a terrible situation is what Colonel says, but then you say this is just a metaphor for parenthood. So which is it?
I think it's a metaphor for all of the anxiety and like just the horrible feelings and all the horrible stresses that come with like being a parent and stuff, especially for like your first time, I think. And that's sort of what it represents. But in the literal sense of what's literally happening on screen, he's clearly gotten himself in this horrible fucking mess. So, you know.
I mean, he should have just not eaten that weird bleeding alive chicken, you know.
I don't think he ate any, though. I don't think that's his problem. He just sort of poked at it, and it bled everywhere.
I think that was just what they normally have, and that's why they got an alien baby.
Well, they said that's new. They said it's the strangest damn thing, and they're man-made for those chickens, so... Yeah.
Wow, they're testing out new man-made chicken. Wow.
I guess so, yeah. Like, one thing I really like about this is you don't get to see a lot of the world or how it works, really, but whenever it, like, zooms out a bit and tries to show you some of that, it's like, oh, it's just this dreary, like, concrete nightmare and stuff, you know? It makes me imagine that, like, the whole world is just this concrete mess of, like, bricks and pipes and bullshit everywhere, and there's no sunlight, and if you were to go there and, like, be a person who went there, it would just be black and white and stuff anyway, you know? It just seems
Lynch
like a
said
horrible...
this was his experience living in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
So this is how he feels about Philadelphia.
Okay, yeah, that tracks then.
What, the city that's always sunny? That's what this is.
Well, is that something it's known for, or is that just that other show?
Well, they wouldn't lie about that.
That is true. They wouldn't lie about that. They're upstanding
They
people on
can't.
that show.
They can't lie on the TV.
That's true.
It's an ironic title, Florian.
Oh, is it? Damn, I thought it was real. Damn. I've been
I haven't
tricked
seen it.
once again.
Every clip I see of that
Philadelphia?
looks like a nightmare of its own, though. So, and there are a lot of like brick buildings and shit too in that. So, you know.
Well, I mean, they just hang out in a bar, and they must have like an unlimited amount of free time. So it seems like quite a nice place if they just stop drinking.
Well, they're not gonna stop though, because they've been making 26 seasons of that or something, right? So they're fine. Yeah.
I mean, I guess they love it. I guess they're happy with their life then.
Yeah. One big kind of centerpiece of the whole movie is, of course, the main character. I didn't even catch if he had a name or not. The Mr. Eraserhead, Mr. Guy. He's played by Jack Nance, who I don't know if he's been in anything else, and he is like, he looks so confused and so sad. Okay, I guess he'd be in a bunch of other David Lynch stuff probably, but it's yeah, he just looks so confused and so sad, and he kind of, there are bits where he kind of acts like he's like a child almost, like he's just has no concept of what's going on kind of around him, and he's very bright-eyed and confused, and also like he just is hopeless and like despairing at the same time. It's a very, he's like the most tragic, like sad guy I've ever seen in a movie, and he's great at playing that.
It's so weird. There's like just like this really long scene where he's just like walking around, and then before then we just see like him, and then there's like a zoom into this weird sperm that's somehow wriggling around, like translucent in front of him, just overlaid over him. But like I don't know what on earth we're supposed to take away from this.
I guess that's probably like just a metaphor for when they're having sex or something at the start, or before the movie takes place.
Alone.
Well, it's before the movie starts properly or whatever. This is like a flashback maybe to
a flashback,
some previous time.
I mean, if it's just him, then I guess he's just gooning.
I mean, he might be. The sperm show up later again, and the lady in the radiator steps on him, so...
Yeah, she's very happy to do that.
Yeah. That's her job. It's to sing and dance and step on the sperm that come in.
Who is she supposed to be?
I have no idea.
She's the lady in the radiator that exists for all of us. You've never met the lady in the radiator?
No. I guess I don't have one of those whistling radiators like they have in the movie. That's just always annoying.
Okay, well then you won't have met her. Okay.
I guess so. Guess they phased her out when they invented plumbers.
Have you met her, Erich? Is she like this? Like in the movie? Is this true to life?
Yeah.
Or...
Yeah,
okay.
That's just how she is.
Huh.
What's up with her cheeks?
Yeah.
ERASERHEAD is a normal movie to me.
In the twisted mind of Erich McCoy, ERASERHEAD is a normal normal world.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's so weird how you can conceive anything about this movie, because like you say, oh, he's such a weird guy, but like everyone in the movie is so weird, so he's probably just like a normal guy. The movie just has this really strange lens of things.
Yeah, I mean, no one treats him like he's especially weird, but that is because they're all just as weird themselves, you know. There's like the grandmother who sits in the kitchen, and the mom helps her toss the salad and stuff, which is fun. There's I love the acting on the dad and just how like manic and weird he is. It's just, you have no idea like what he's feeling inside or what he's actually thinking or anything, because he's just being very strange. He talks about how he can't feel anything in his arm because his arm stopped working, and then he worked at it and he trained so hard to get his arm to work again, but he can't feel anything in it, so he can't cut the chicken anymore because he's worried it'll cut into his hands and not even notice, you know?
He's just trying to get away from the living chicken, I guess.
Maybe he's just making that up just to get his wife to cut the turkey for him and stuff, for the chickens.
Or maybe it was an honor to have ERASERHEAD cut the chicken, you know? Yeah. Unbeknownst to him what the chicken would actually do.
Yeah. And it would,
but when I saw that chicken and it started bleeding, and then it started wiggling in the least convincing way possible, I was shocked that this was this famous ERASERHEAD movie, you know, that has become this classic.
Well, it's not going for like strict realism, right, on what they're portraying here, I don't think.
I know, but it's like so incredibly like silly how this chicken behaves, you know. It's
I would guess that's like almost completely intentional, because I've heard about, like, you know, later, Erich could confirm this maybe, like some of the effects in like Twin Peaks later seasons and stuff like that, like they're purposely very digital and stuff. So I'd guess almost any effect that's weird and wonky is like probably, at least to some degree, like that's how he wanted it to look and stuff.
Yeah, I guess we're really experiencing the most hipster kino ever.
This doesn't even feel that crazy for like an experimental movie, you know, because there's the one famous one from like I think the 60s where it's like one static shot of a wall for 40 minutes.
Oh my god, I bet you'd love that one.
I'm meaning to watch it someday, okay, but I'll get to it. Yeah,
I mean, you probably could just reenact it by
what happens to the wall?
looking at an actual wall.
I think as it zooms out, it reveals a dead guy is next to the wall. I think is what happens.
Oh shit!
Oh jeez, spoilers.
I don't know. I don't remember what it's called, but it's like some like fucking 6-word title or something. It's like a Midsummer Night's Afternoon in a doomy gloom or some shit like that. So
Impressive.
Yeah. But there's yeah. I just love that this movie, it's like it feels like it's every scene is like made to be as like uncomfortable and anxiety like filling as it possibly can, you know, like there's even when they get into his like girlfriend's house and stuff and they sit down and there's just the dog on the floor with all of the little puppies loudly breastfeeding on her and stuff, and it's like they're making so many like loud little squeaking noises that fill the whole scene, and it's great.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, oh, this is like it would be really awkward to try to carry on a conversation with like your girlfriend's mom while that's happening on the floor. It's so funny to me though. Just it's fantastic.
Yeah, and then like the whole earliest scene was him just sitting alone in his room, and the heater is just so loud.
Yeah.
And I guess it makes sense that he would hallucinate that it's a woman, because it just won't stop shrieking and annoyingly stepping on his sperm.
Yeah. I've been told that the droning kind of soundtrack in this is like actually inspired some of the soundtrack for The Shining, which I can believe. So.
Oh wow. I just read that Stanley Kubrick screened this movie for the cast of The Shining to give them an idea of what they were going for. There's I really like The Shining. It's like one of my favorite movies, so I don't like to just compare it to everything, but you do get Shining vibes from Eraserhead, I think. So yeah. I don't know how Stanley Kubrick was finding this shit, though. This was not like a widely released movie, I guess. So I think if you're a big director, you probably have the ability to seek out these things in a way that
probably. But I just wonder like how far, because no, I guess Kubrick is American, right? But do you like lived in the UK during The Shining or something? So I don't know.
Yeah, but they shot that in America, didn't they?
They only shot exteriors, and then they built a bunch of sound stages for The Shining because he doesn't like to fly. Okay. So it's like, I wonder how far-reaching a movie like Eraserhead would have been in the 70s. You know, like just would it go to like film festivals? Maybe like, is there a UK film festival that it could have shown up in? I don't know.
I guess he must have. He must have gone to festivals. Wow.
Yeah.
What a
I'd
life.
go to movie festivals if I were Stanley Kubrick. And see which independent movie I can rip off the soundtrack from.
Yeah, I mean, all art is actually really derivative, so that does make sense, you know.
Yeah, and I don't mean actually rip off. That's a joke.
Yeah. I mean, it is. I guess it is different, and yet, I mean, it is like literally using it as an inspiration if he screened it to the other people, you know.
Well, yeah. But I mean, like,
I guess if you do that, is that like the same thing as when an artist like traces over someone else's art for practice?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think it's just, you know, it's you get inspired from all sorts of sources and stuff, so when you're making a movie, yeah. And God knows the Shining is not like on like list of inspirations. The actual book it's based on is pretty low on that list, so compared to everything else.
There's colors.
Well, just because no one Stanley Kubrick did not respect the source material much, and Stephen King hated that, and that's the whole thing.
Oh yeah. So does this have any source material in any way?
Eraserhead? I don't believe so. I think this is fully just stuff David Lynch came up with. Yeah.
Impressive. Well, I mean, it's really interesting to see this like thing that has become like so like such a niche hit, I guess. And I mean, there are some really cool things in it, like that baby is just so beautiful. But
I'm shocked at how well like articulated the baby is. Like, for a very small movie, like, you'd think it's a real disgusting thing.
Yeah, it's so shiny and like looks so wet and stuff. And I know that one of the theories is that it's like, oh, they found like a dead like stillborn sheep or something like that for it or something. But I don't know. It looks unlike any other like animal that I've ever seen. So it's very
well. I guess it would have rotted if that was the case.
Yeah, so I don't know how that would work, if they'd have to like film it all within like a couple days or something or whatever. Or maybe they probably just made it like some way that they did, they made it out of like paper mache and glazed it over or something.
I guess
to make it nice and juicy. Yeah, I mean, when it opens up at the end, that's definitely like real blood and gore and like, I don't know, cream corn or something coming out of it. So it's really nasty. I love that it gets so big at the end.
Why does he just stab the baby?
I think he's just sick of the thing and he wants it to die and be out of his life. I think.
He dissects it and then he stabs its heart.
Like he has to cut it open, right? Because he's got to chop open its like bandages and stuff. But like it's,
Why would he chop open its wrappings? I assume it's just like wrapped up. But why would he cut it? He could have just unwrapped it.
Well, I mean, clearly that stuff was like holding in its organs and whatever. So I don't know.
No, I think he cut open its skin when he cut it open.
No, I think it was just born like that, and they wrapped it up real quick in the hospital, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't think you're supposed to think about, like, these things either. Like, you're not supposed to imagine too much, like, what the world is like off camera, I think, either.
Now, I'm pretty sure that they showed that there was, like, a skin underneath the wrapping, and that skin has been cut.
It has no skin. It has no skin. It's, like, being held together just by that.
I'm going to have to watch it again right now.
You're gonna have to watch the whole movie again.
Yeah, pull it up. Let's do live commentary.
We're gonna live do the baby live. Where's I guess I guess there's also this dream where he dreams that the baby has become him. Yeah, see the ribcage does exist, and it seems to have been cut open. So,
I don't know. I'd have to look very closely at it, but it just either way, it's like the most horrific fucking image in the world when it pops open and stuff. So
yeah, he's really murdered that baby. Look at that.
Yeah,
he pokes the hell out of it.
It's really insane.
Yeah,
like you can see that the ribcage opens exactly where he's cut it. It's
snips it right down the center. So.
Yeah, it's like a turkey. I guess he couldn't do it with the chicken, but then he could do it with the baby.
Yeah,
it's so bizarre looking. God damn it.
That's the arc. That's like when a hero like fights a character at the start of the movie and they lose, and then they win at the end. That's him with the chicken, and then he cuts the thing properly at the end.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about the first time I watched this movie, which was I had broken my leg, and I had gotten I'd gotten some kind of drug like to be on, and so I watched this movie and I watched Enter the Void, and I was so fucked up watching this movie.
That is
like the way that Jack Nance is in this movie is just how I felt the entire time. I just felt like sick. I felt like put off. And then I'm watching this movie and I'm like,
yourself?
what the fuck is this shit? And then I watched Enter the Void, which is an insane movie as well, to watch while you're fucking tripping on some kind of drug. I don't like that shit. It just makes me sick.
They're dissecting you like that baby.
Yeah, basically. It was so messed up. But like I had such a intense reaction to it that I can't imagine having watched it any other way. Like, just absolutely sick.
Did you see from the picture I posted how it's exactly cut in that place? It's he's cut the ribcage open. This monster.
I don't know why you wouldn't just kill this thing instantly. Like I love animals. I love like creatures. If I would accidentally kill someone living, I'm not sure what I would do to myself or with myself. I would kill this thing instantly.
You got to.
I actually have a very important insight here because I went on a date. It went horrible, by the way, with a nurse who works like in a hospital where they keep alive the stillborn babies.
Oh my god.
And she said that like the hospitals have like this competition where they advertise who's got the smallest. Oh, did I say stillborn? I meant like early born.
I was gonna say stillborn.
You don't want to be keeping the stillborns alive for weeks on end. That's not good.
Well, I mean they can't live on their own because they're like they're 7 months and maybe 5 months.
Yeah,
I know, but like they would be dead if you don't
if we weren't keeping them alive. Yeah.
So they have these early born babies, I guess, and like the mother will always choose to keep the baby alive, no matter how risky it is, how it's gonna lose its eyesight because the eyes will just go blind because it's not supposed to be out of the womb that early or whatever, and there's nobody who will stop this from happening, and they've made these machines to breathe in life into these babies, but then they have these horrible defects occasionally. I guess
It's pretty dark.
She might have oversold how often they would have these defects, so it's crazy that they.
I think it's pretty common though. Like I think there's a lot of like genetic deformities or problems that babies run into that it just happens, and it's an unfortunate part of having a kid.
If they're born early, because then apparently it's all kinds of unhealthy because the stuff isn't developed to be breathing air yet, but then they develop some kind of asthma or whatever because of it, and then they go blind and whatever. But I don't know how often that happens. It's just like crazy that in this movie, however, the guy actually kills his own baby because he hates how it looks. I mean,
he doesn't hate how it looks. It's a fucking annoying, screaming alien thing. Yeah. It's not an actual. It's like if you were in this situation and it wasn't an actual baby, you would probably kill it. Like, Florian, what would you do if you were in this situation?
I mean, I think we just have to believe that it's supposed to be a real baby because, like, everything else is just hallucinated as well. So it must just be a baby.
I think that it must be like either something is actually like literally wrong with it, or it's like just he's from his perspective, it's like a fucked up thing because it's born oddly and whatever. But like even his girlfriend says like, oh, they're not even sure it's a baby and stuff. So like
yeah.
It's something.
Well, in the real world, we only have humans, so it's gotta be a human baby. It's no way that it could be like any other breed, okay?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's
And then all movies basically go to the human experience. Everything, all fiction basically comes down to the human experience. We never have like realistic aliens or anything. We always have aliens that are like humans with big eyes, okay?
Yeah.
And this is what we got here too.
I mean, yeah, pretty much. There's it's just like when you see like the anguish and stuff from these people, and it's like one of my cousins was born with like an issue, and he was sort of, I remember like I was only like 8 or 9, so I don't remember much of what happened around it, but like he had to be taken to like a different hospital like 2 hours or 3 or 4 hours away or something, and put on like all sorts of different machines and stuff, and he's fine now and stuff, but it was like a whole, I can't imagine being like, you know, my aunt and uncle just having to live, like go through that and stuff, and be worried like every day about like whether he's gonna survive and stuff. And it's just it's like just all these like fears of like every parental like fear that you could possibly have is just.
Wait, was he a baby too?
Yeah, when he was born, so it was a whole.
Everyone was a baby first.
That's true.
Man, this could have happened when he was an adult.
No, it was, you know, it's a whole thing, and it's
the baby.
Yeah, and you know, it's something that tons and tons of people can relate to, and I think pretty much any parent will probably be affected by this, like way more than I am and stuff. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Wow. It's just like the real world, and then you decide to kill your baby because you've seen in a dream it's turned you into an actual eraser.
Yeah, knocks his head off, and then the fucking kid picks up his head and takes him to the eraser factory, and he gets turned into the erasers. Which it's such a random scene that comes completely out of nowhere for them to like name the movie off of and everything, and it's like,
well, his head is like it's spiking up like it's an eraser, okay? Like he's the pencil of an eraser or whatever.
I want to say the actor had to keep his hair like that for like 6 years or something because they kept running out of funding and like with the filming and stuff, so he had to keep his hair perfectly like that, as close as possible that whole time, so that there weren't any continuity issues. And
Wow,
it paid off because it's a very distinctive look for your lead character to have and stuff. So,
and in the end they finally filmed the scene where there's like sperm being released into the air all around him.
Yeah,
the iconic scene.
Absolutely. I love when the baby, like when he kills the baby and its neck sticks out all the way and everything, and it starts and then it turns giant, and it's just like just the most horror show kind of thing that you could make on this sort of budget. It's just oh yeah,
it becomes horrifying. Really big, and then the planet breaks. What does it all mean?
Yeah, well, I don't understand what's with the planet or the guy who lives there with his levers. It's like he's just flicking those levers and stuff, and we check in on him at the end, and I guess he died or something. It's bad things are happening to everyone involved, really, except for the lady in the radiator, because she's okay.
Yeah, he's hugging her.
Yeah, I guess he's fine at the end because he is with her. So, and in heaven everything is fine.
Oh, is she in heaven? Damn.
She sings about how in heaven everything is fine, and you've got yours and I've got mine. So
impressive.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Yep, that was ERASERHEAD. Can you believe it?
Yeah. If you can believe it, yeah. I think my favorite scene is when the baby gets he checks the baby's temperature, and it's like this long bit, and he looks super close up at the thermometer, and he sees the temperature, and I guess it's like 80 or something. It's probably fine. And then he turns around, and then immediately the baby is like deathly ill, covered in like sores. Yes. The music goes crazy. It's like just
you absolutely experience that taking care of a kid. Is that like 1 second you're perfectly fine, you literally walk away, and then it's either in trouble or sick, or there's something that's happened because you took your eye off it for a single second.
Yeah, and it's like the best possible way to capture that kind of feeling, and I thought it was very funny too. So
it's so weird how he's just like painfully like taking its temperature, and like I guess it's almost cute how its mouth opens and everything, and then it just cheaply cuts to the deceased version of the puppet.
Yeah.
and he's like, oh no, now I gotta take care of this. Oh no. Yeah. But then it recovers fine, doesn't it?
Well, the next shot, he has like a whole jug of humidifier just dumping out directly onto the baby's face, and I guess that cured him. So I mean, when I was a kid and I got sick, my parents would dig out this humidifier and they'd put it in my room when I slept and whatever, and it would help me. I guess I got better. So
wow,
I guess that works.
I guess that's just the medicine of the time.
Yeah, just dump steam on baby and he turns fine. As fine as that thing can be, at least.
Works for me.
Yeah. Why not?
That was so nice how he was taking care of the baby. It's too bad he had to kill it in the end.
Yeah. Well, it is horrible and not clearly not a person, and I don't think that thing would have survived very long anyway. So. If I were in that situation, I'd probably throw that thing out the window. I don't know if I would put up with none of this at all. I think,
but it was a godlike entity in the end, so you're wrong.
It metaphorically became very large because of his guilt or something, or his horror, or something was going on.
That was the only thing that was real. Okay, it became big.
Yeah.
Big baby.
There's a bit in one of the Resident Evil games like that where there's a giant baby that chases you, and it's sort of, I think it has to be influenced by this because it's a very similar like flesh beast baby. So it's
this is the most iconic baby.
This might be the most iconic movie baby.
Honestly, could be. Yeah.
What's this competition? There's Baby's Day Out. There's
Bringing Up Baby.
Yeah.
Well, there is the baby
Geniuses.
in Man in Black. That's just like a squid baby that he bursts in a car.
There's the squid. There's the giant squid that's presumably pretty young in Watchmen. But that's not in a movie. That's only in TV shows and comics. So
there's the baby squid in Prometheus.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a pretty good flush baby monster.
That's an iconic cinema baby.
Absolutely. And of course, there's the cartoon baby from Roger Rabbit.
Is the xenomorph an alien, an iconic alien baby?
I think the chestburster definitely is. Yeah. Although it's within like a baby range of like by human years and stuff for its whole lifespan, pretty much. So I don't know how long they'd live. I guess they live forever if you don't kill them, right? In that,
probably
they gotta starve, right? I don't know.
In Romulus, it makes a cocoon and it lives forever or something. So I don't know.
I guess
so. It can come back and die before the start of the movie for some reason.
Wow.
That's
I can't believe
crazy babies.
I can't believe they're still making aliens movies. That's so cool.
Yeah. Hopefully
weirder and weirder.
I think it's cool that some of those are pretty good. Some of the later stage aliens. I mean, that was the first episode of this show was freaking Prometheus and Covenant. So,
wow,
yeah,
that was amazing. Yeah, those are good movies.
Which one was the last one? What was it called?
Last one was Romulus. We did that on your channel, I believe.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I see now.
I think we also did like a Godzilla movie at the same time though, or something.
And long legs.
Yeah. 2 red movies and a big monster. Well, that's good.
How strange.
Yeah. I like the bit where they're sleeping together and the wife is like chattering her teeth together for some reason, and then he like reaches over to her and pulls out like an umbilical cord, or maybe it's a big sperm or something, and he starts chucking them at the wall.
Yeah, we know it's all sperm.
I guess it must be sperm, yeah, but it's
we know because it's filled with white goo.
Yeah. Is it actually white goo, or is it some other color and it's black and white? We can't tell.
You just can't can't know.
It could be blue. It could be blue milk from the film Star Wars that came out the same year. Yeah.
Wow. Guess so. They just used the blue milk from Star Wars.
Yeah.
They just stole a vial.
David Lynch, he was like, hey, George, can I please borrow a vat of that blue milk for my film? And George was like, yeah, sure, David.
You guys know that George tried to get David Lynch to direct Return of the Jedi?
Yeah, I've seen that clip where he's like, talking about it.
I got a really bad headache, and then he started showing me Wookiees, and my headache got worse.
Yeah. He took me to a salad restaurant, and I'm fine with salad, but that's all they had.
That's all they had. He drove me in his Ferrari, and his seat went back so far it was like he was lying down.
Is this what happened?
This happened, well? According to David Lynch. This happened, yeah.
Both Colonel and I know this story.
I can't believe that he turned down Star Wars. Okay, it could have been. It wouldn't have been better, but then M. Lemon would have creamed his pants over how cool it is now. Okay.
Does M. Lemon hate Return of the Jedi, or?
Well, he hates Star Wars with a crazy passion. Okay.
You know,
all he does now is review Star Wars, the new one, the old one, all of it.
Wow. I think Star Wars actually would be in a better position today if David Lynch had directed Return of the Jedi instead of whatever guy George Lucas could like shadow direct through for that
Richard
movie.
Marquand.
Yeah, did that guy direct any other movies or?
He directed other movies, but nothing that anybody would know.
Yeah. It's
Return of the Jedi, you say?
Yeah, because it's weird because the first one's George Lucas, and then he got other directors for the other ones. But I suspect Return of the Jedi is pretty strongly George Lucas, and he reined it in more after Empire. Mm-hmm. That's just been like the idea in my head. I don't know if I heard something about that or whatever.
Yeah,
but
I think Richard Marquand gets a little bit like people like to say that George Lucas secretly directed that. Richard Marquand definitely directed it, but George Lucas was a very heavy presence.
Yeah, like I mean, like Steven Spielberg directed like all the Indiana Jones movies, but like Temple of Doom especially is like a more George Lucas movie and stuff like that. There's just a lot of George Lucas influence. And it's like Poltergeist, Spielberg shadow directed maybe or whatever. Yeah. And maybe Gremlins too, but probably not that.
Nah.
That's probably mostly Joe Dante.
Yeah, Gremlins 2 is just pure Joe Dante.
Oh yeah, Gremlins 2, but Gremlins as well. I mean, the first Gremlins, but yeah.
Oh! I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, the probably also just a Joe Dante movie though. So. Yeah. But it's Amblin. Why do you call it Amblin? What does that mean? Is this explained in the Fablemans?
His first movie or his first short film is called Amblin with a little like it's like the word ambling.
Yeah. You're
ambling through the woods, that kind of thing. And the short film was called Amblin, and then he just decided to make that the name of his company, Amblin.
I guess George Lucas has like a THX company and stuff too. So.
What is even being talked about now?
Just production company things.
Yeah, production companies from these old Hollywood directors.
These great directors.
Yeah.
I feel like I've cut a chicken and it started menstruating.
It's totally lost. Yeah.
So Florian, was this worth your time? Was this worth watching?
Well, I hate watching movies that contain very long shots of just the same thing happening really slowly, and I don't like it when a movie has lots of just silence in it as well. Like,
I have a bad feeling about where this is going.
Well, you gotta let me skip things, okay? When the shots just go on for so long and there's no talking, all right?
This movie is like 80 minutes or something. There's no way you skipped it or sped it up. Come on.
It takes 10 minutes for the first dialogue to be spoken.
It sets the mood, and it does so. Wow. It's so effective. It sets the whole mood. Remember when he gets in the elevator and then the doors don't close for like a minute? It's so good. Every frame a
happened?
painting. Yeah. It's fantastic.
Brilliant.
So you did not care for Eraserhead though overall?
I mean, I guess you gotta respect how weird it is.
Yeah.
I guess he just really made the most weird thing he could make. I kind of can't relate to any of the characters. I don't even know if I would call them characters, because they just do random weird things, you know. Just hey guys, I just brought home this chicken that bleeds. Isn't that cool?
Well, I
Florian, if somebody brought to you a chicken that bleeds like that, what would you do to it?
Yeah, what would your reaction be?
And what even is the reaction? Like that? I guess the mother just gets up and she's sick from it.
Yeah.
Before she even tasted it, but I guess you wouldn't want to taste it. But I assume in this world it's just like, this is what chicken is, you know.
They said it was new, at least, so.
Wow.
I think they said the chicken was new.
The newest chicken.
Yeah. And I mean, he asked him, like, oh, do I carve it like a regular chicken? So I guess there must be regular chickens.
I mean, I assumed that he just, like, called, like, a pigeon or something.
Oh, he could have just, yeah, maybe. We don't know where he got it from. I don't really trust this guy.
I missed the dialogue where he said it was man-made.
He did say it was man-made, but, like, I mean, I don't know if, he's not, like, a super trustworthy guy. He's pretty creepy, so I don't know.
You don't think he lost his arm and then trained it back?
I don't know. It's hard to tell. I like the bit when the chicken is in the oven and he has the little like sauce spatula thing and he scoops it out of the dish on the counter, but he's like crouched down, so he has to reach up onto the counter to get it on the brush and then brush it on there and stuff. And it's just like these people doing like mundane stuff in like slightly weird ways for no reason. It's just entertaining to me. Like he didn't want to just take it out of the oven. He has to fucking crouch down there and do that. It's just really funny to me. I don't know.
Yeah, sure. Just like the salad scene as well, where we're like, why are you even including Grandma into this? She's like completely zoned out.
Maybe for like 40 or 50 years she tossed the salad every time, and that's just a tradition they gotta uphold, maybe. Or maybe this is the first time she's ever held a spoon in her whole life. We don't know.
She's just trying to get her to do it.
Yeah.
Wait, is this the same? When they sit down to eat, they don't have Grandma there, do they?
No, they leave her in the kitchen. Yeah.
Impressive.
Yeah. I don't know why they do that. That seems very rude, but
I'm so confused because they have this, I guess this wife who bore the alien child, and then her mother, and then the grandma too, and I can't even tell them apart. I don't know. I might be crazy.
The mom and the grandma both look like around the same age to me. Well, but I don't know.
But I guess she's like fully demented.
I guess so. She gets a cigarette too, so she's fine.
I mean, I think she just has a cigarette in her mouth, but like, does she even smoke it?
I don't think so. No. You know.
Wow.
And I guess the other character that we haven't mentioned is the beautiful woman in the hallway or whatever. She's hanging out. She's in like the other room. She keeps looking at him. And at one point she comes and meets him, and like the whole screen is like way darker for this whole scene, and it's just constant close-ups on both of their faces and stuff, and that's disturbing.
I guess he's cheating, but then it wasn't real.
Yeah, because it was a dream, and they're in the hot tub, and then she like drowns him in the hot tub or something. And then they both go into the tub, and her hair like floats up to the top or something. She does a wig maybe, or
I mean, she'd
Yeah,
probably
it's
be
weird
very.
shit. It's just nightmare imagery.
yeah.
She would be very pissed to figure out that he's actually got a baby in the other room, you know. So that makes sense.
yeah. Yeah, so they went back to her apartment, which is like an equally tiny, shitty apartment, but it also has like a hot tub in the middle of it, taking up all the space. So, yeah,
Wow.
that's I think it's impressive that it straddles the line where like I understand. There's enough of like a through line of like a real story going on that you can latch onto it and like get attached to the characters and stuff for me anyway. So. I think it's fantastic. I think it's it's the best David Lynch film I've seen out of the two. So better than Dune.
Wow.
Okay.
Wait, aren't there like several?
Mulholland Drive.
Aren't there several Dunes?
Watch the rest of them. There's David Lynch's 1984 Dune, and then there's the new Dune. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, so you only made one? How long is it?
He made one Dune, and it's like 2 hours. Yeah, and it just speeds the fuck through the whole second part.
It's really insane. Like you're mostly with the movie, and then it like gets to
it shits
Paul
itself.
Atreides
It's great.
with the Fremen. Like holy shit, what happened?
Yeah, and he screams at the rocks until they explode and stuff. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
When the shields come up, they're like all blocky and crazy, and they cover up like you can't see what the hell's going on when anyone's fighting with them.
It's very entertaining. It's very funny.
It is a worth watching movie. Yeah. It's got I forget who did the music for it. It's like some crazy
Toto.
rock band. Is it Toto? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
They
good.
made the song Africa.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, and they're doing that, and it's. I didn't think the music was very impressive, except for like there's one bit where the guitar comes in and it's really sick when he's riding on the sandworm. But yeah,
Right.
Wow.
that's fun. That's a fun movie too to watch, but it's not
It's
not as
crazy.
good as
It's
the
pretty
other
crazy.
one, but it's not as good as Denis Villeneuve's like $600 million Dune adaptation that's like twice as long. But that's like
Oh man. Man, I
Yeah.
gotta stop watching movies. I gotta work hard every day. It's gonna be crazy.
no more
How will
movies.
I-
Is this the end?
Well, I mean, I can do movies for podcasts, but I mean, I gotta stop.
You're saying
God
movies
damn it!
and-
I mean, I guess I'll go to the cinema still.
Yeah.
Okay, so
But
That was a lie.
I just started watching this stupid anime called Black Clover. It's actually kind of cool, but damn, it's got another 100 episodes for me to watch. How will I
Good
get anything
lord.
done?
yeah, that's a lot.
Jesus. Well, you can
Just
just put
do
that
two
on
a day,
in
and
the
then in
background
50
or
days.
something.
Well,
I
you have
want
to
to
read
watch
it,
One
unfortunately.
Piece.
Oh yeah, I
yeah.
guess I got a lot less dates now that I'm trying to go normal. Yeah,
What does that mean? Trying to go
Wait.
normal? What does that mean?
just trying to get a girlfriend, you know.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to go on dates a bunch, but you should take her out sometimes.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. That's I don't know. You know, they're readapting One Piece. They're doing a new anime of that.
Yeah.
Should we do a One
Well,
Piece show where we watch the new
we
One
definitely
Piece?
we gotta do One Piece. Yeah,
I feel
was
like
just-
every episode we come up with new shows to do.
That is
Oh
true.
yeah, well, I mean, that one's probably coming out in like a year or whatever, so no hurry there.
That's gonna be I mean, I don't know. We wouldn't do like a podcast for every like 20-minute episode either, because that would be unhinged.
Wait, they're 40-minute episodes.
Are they? Well, I don't know.
They were, I think.
I don't know
Oh,
how
do
we
you
would
mean the
review
live
One
action?
Piece. No, I mean
you
they're
mean the
doing a new
live
animated
action,
one. They're readapting it animated. So it's,
Yeah, I was asking
Why?
Florian if he meant the
Oh,
live action, because
Why are they doing
those
that?
I understand are 45 minutes.
okay.
Why would they start over? It will take so long.
Well, because the old one's like all full of filler and it's crap or something, so they want to redo it,
Oh,
make it
God,
real
why
this
can't
time.
why can't they just do Berserk? Damn it!
It's like the One
That's
Piece
what I
is like
wanna
the
know.
biggest thing ever, so they got to keep doing it.
It's so weird how that happened. How'd they let that happen? Why is that the biggest thing ever?
I don't know.
One Piece.
Yeah, what's the deal with One Piece?
Is it really
I mean,
the
I guess-
greatest story ever told? I hear it referred to as like it's like the best thing ever.
By who?
Maybe for a
So
long-running
weird.
anime.
Okay.
I don't know otherwise though.
Yeah. Is it better than Dragon Ball or something? Or
It can't be.
I don't know. I think Dragon Ball gets a little bit. It's the same thing over and over again.
is it better
I
than
mean,
the
it's-
Well, I
Pokemon anime?
Well, what does
I guess
One Piece
is kinda
do?
the same.
How can
I
that
guess
be
One
any
Piece-
different?
There's a lot of variety with the villains they fight, and
All they do is like
Like-
every time there's a new villain. Now that one does an increasingly more annoying laugh than the last one, and he does it 10 times in a row.
That's good.
Impressive.
Yeah. They need to make more anime that's different, like Soul Eater was. They need to readapt Soul Eater and do it for real this time.
What was Soul Eater again?
It was there are people who turn into weapons,
Swords?
and they turn into, well, the main one turns into a scythe, and some of them turn into swords, and there's weapon
No,
people.
that was so stupid. How can you
It's
like
so
that?
good. It was the first anime, and it's the only anime I've watched all the way through. It was really fun.
What the? But how? It was more juvenile than any other anime I've seen.
I was like 10 when I watched it, so
Wow, blinded by nostalgia.
Yeah, but with that, they it has like 50 episodes, but they got cut off. Like the manga only went up to like episode 30 or something, and there's like a marked shift in quality when you get to the episode where it stops like lining up, and they have to start making up their own shit. It like tumbles off a cliff there. So yeah,
Damn, they just couldn't wait. It always happens.
yeah, and then the manga went on like 4 times as long or something. So they got to redo that and do it for real.
Hey, Irid, did they ever continue Berserk?
yeah, I think they're continuing it.
Berserk's weird because
When's-
they've done that like
when's the
4
last
times
time?
though, right?
When's the last time you've read a Berserk? Well, the thing is
Well,
that yeah.
I not since he died, essentially.
Oh, you haven't read? I mean, I've read a few after he died. I don't know if they kept making them or if they just started going as slow as he was going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but what happened is that they canceled the anime. I don't know why. That was a tragedy. Then they did other animes that tried to just retell the story, but we never got like a good continuation, I guess. And then the creator of the manga died before he finished it. So now it's being continued without him, and it's gonna be weird.
Yeah. That is it's interesting in the Japan like manga industry the way that you can be really slow and stuff and work on these and release like to like if you're like really, I assume, like making enough money to be able to do that and like really high up, but like it feels
Well,
like
if it's only one guy, it shouldn't take that much money to keep him employed.
well, yeah, but it's like if you're like a star manga artist and stuff, you don't really have like deadlines, I guess. Where it feels like in the comics industry, it's just
nobody,
like
you can't be replaced. What are they gonna do?
I guess so, yeah. But it's like if you're like working on like Amazing Spider-Man or whatever, and you miss like you just stop making them for 3 months, they'll just like shit can you, get someone else to do it. So it just seems like there's an interesting thing with that, where they're more like like movie people or something. Like they're working on they got more flexibility with this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess they industrialized the comics in the West more. Weird.
Yeah, well, I guess it's with the West. It's like for like Marvel and DC owns the characters, I guess, and the stories. So, whereas I assume the people, like the authors and artists, would own it for manga.
Yeah, I guess it's like books. They just like you're not gonna just have someone come in and kick you from your book, I guess.
Yeah.
But I guess it's I so these characters, I guess, live for such a long time that they belong to the studio rather than the artists.
Yeah.
But then in manga, I guess everyone just makes like their own universe, and then they're beholden to no one to finish it, and then they just sell it to someone to make the anime, and then when they don't finish it, then the anime is just weird and terrible.
Mhm.
Brilliant.
With manga, you can be like David Lynch, who made Eraserhead, and then he made a couple more movies. And then there's a point where he started making like one movie every 5 years and stuff, and then he sort of stopped like 20 years ago.
Wow.
It's interesting. He got, I forget what his last movie was, but I guess he got through all of them, and he made all the ones he wanted to make and stuff. So.
Well, that's
I'm sorry, I missed it. Who is this?
Oh, David Lynch.
David Lynch.
David Lynch. Yeah.
David Lynch. Oh yeah.
Because he got
already forgotten. Damn.
gone and already forgotten.
Well, he wanted
David
to
Lynch.
make a Netflix show, but
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
God,
Netflix was being
really-
bastards.
Okay.
Oh well.
Why
I
did they
feel
not
like
let him do that, or did he pass away? Or
And Netflix seems to let anyone do whatever they want.
No, I think there were budget concerns from Netflix, so they shut down the production. It was around COVID times, so I think it was like.
Oh, okay.
I was looking at some of his fucking movies. It was like, Inland Empire is like $2 million budget or something, though.
Yeah.
I guess I don't. Maybe shows would have been more expensive, I guess, but that seems crazy.
He did film it on digital video at the time, using like a consumer grade camera, as you'll see if you watch that movie. But,
Okay. Yeah. Oh,
Wow.
I gotta watch them all and stuff. Maybe we can. Maybe we after the Wheel of Batman, we can do the Wheel of David Lynch.
Oh,
do every David Lynch.
It's pretty limited wheel.
Yeah, I guess it's only. Well, maybe we should. Oh no! Fuck! How will I have time?
I don't know.
Right.
Have to figure it out. It's
Well, I guess
important.
if we're doing one at a time, it'll be fine.
Yeah. Or I could just watch like a movie and not make it into content. The fact that I watched a movie.
Yeah, you should
Every
probably
time.
do that. You should probably not make content every time.
I watch lots of other movies though that I don't do podcasts on. But
Okay.
and you can find out about them on my Letterboxd link below.
Whoa.
I watched the Bob's Burgers movie and it was okay.
Wow.
Yeah. It was like a 2 out of 5. 2.5.
2 out of 5. Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
It's fine. It's like an episode of Bob's Burgers, but like really long.
Longer.
And the animation is a
right.
little different.
Uh-huh.
It blows my mind that Bob's Burgers still exists. It's like who
It's
watches
super
this?
popular. It's like 15 seasons now or some shit. I don't understand how.
Yeah, me neither. It's like why?
I
It's gone
liked
on
it.
way longer than I would have expected.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked like, a few seasons, and then it's just like, wow, this is just it. This is just gonna keep doing this. Like, why?
It's like 15 years old, like younger than Futurama is, and Futurama is just now catching up with new seasons.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, but it's just like it's always just that they're broke, and then they never learn, and they just continue being broke. It's like why?
well, it's hard. It's difficult to be in the restaurant business on a pier or whatever.
I mean, he just sabotages himself. He could be like a golden chef, but he always like chooses his shitty life how it is because he's afraid of taking like the slightest risk to change anything.
Well-
This loss aversion is just keeping him in the rat race. It's a problem.
He's got a family to take care of, though, so I understand. I can relate to him just like I can relate to this guy in Eraserhead with his horrible baby. These are both just as cerebral works, Bob's Burgers and Eraserhead. They're quite comparable.
Yeah, man, feels that way, yeah.
Yeah. David Lynch once said that this is his most spiritual film, I remember.
Mm-hmm.
I
that one
mean,
clip.
you're right. It is actually pretty similar because I feel like that when that pink bunny girl is on screen, it's basically the same thing as when that hideous baby from this movie is on screen. Like, like what horrors is she gonna concoct next?
Wow.
And
I was gonna say is her name Lisa, but no, that's the Simpsons girl is Lisa. I don't remember what this fucking girl is named in Bob's
know her
Burger.
name, right? Is Is it Linda? Is that the mother? I don't
Linda's
know.
the mom, yeah.
The mom. Yeah.
I don't remember what the daughter's name is. I watched this movie like 2 days ago.
Well,
I don't know.
there's two daughters.
The other one's Tina. I know every other character. I know Tina. I know Jean. I know Jimmy Jr. and regular size Rudy. I just don't remember their daughter, who's like the main character. So I don't know.
Yeah, I guess it's because she's so haunting, you know.
Yeah.
Like she just absorbs anything and becomes big when you slice her open and stab her heart, you know.
Yeah.
Does she dream of boys? No, that's the other one.
That's the other one, yeah. Anyway, what's her final verdict on Eraserhead here? I think it's fantastic, and everyone should watch it.
It's Kino.
It's
Kino.
Big
5
Kino.
stars.
Yeah. I gave it 4.5, but I did have Spanish subtitles on. It might actually be too low. I downloaded a copy off Internet Archive, and they had Spanish subtitles on it baked in. So, you know,
that's pretty epic. You should. It's probably improved it having like Spanish subtitles, you know.
Made it a little bit more disorienting, which I think maybe that added to it. Maybe that's good. I don't know.
I mean, you just gotta imagine that every character is the B-man from The Simpsons.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, thank you for watching. What do you got to plug, Florian?
What were we gonna do? We're gonna review someone's reaction to something on my channel. Do you remember what that was?
I can't say. I don't remember.
Oh, right, that thing we reviewed last. What was it?
Nosferatu?
Yeah. Oh
Okay.
my god, that's gonna be fun. I can't wait.
Yeah, that would be great. That'll be sick. 'Cause I love Nosferatu.
Anti-reviews. You said ever haters of Nosferatu?
The people dislike it. We'll find them and shame them. Yeah.
Or maybe I'll agree with them. I don't know. Who knows whose points are gonna be better?
Yeah. I thought you liked Nosferatu overall.
Well, if you remember, I fell asleep and then I wasn't sure what happened, so I took your word for it that it was okay.
Okay, well, you should rewatch it and make sure you have your full opinion before we tell the reviewers that they're wrong.
It's impossible. It's too long.
Yeah. Okay. But you said this was too long, Eraserhead, and it's 90 minutes, so.
Well, this one is too long because it has like 100 shots, and each one of them is like a minute.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, that's fair.
And they don't have much action. They're just like held for a minute for no reason. It's
slow burn, moody cinema. Okay, it's fine. Any Rich, what do you have to plug for us today?
Yeah, on Revan138 you can find me on Letterboxd, and on BSky, Revan138.bsky.social is where you can find me on Blue Sky.
All right. We love Blue Sky. I've been meaning to move to Blue Sky. I got to make the full switch.
Yeah, now that Elon is hiling,
yeah, now that he's pulling that,
about time to.
Yeah.
About time everyone made the switch.
I love how the absolutely retarded people post like pictures of every other politician raising their hand, and they completely ignore how he did like the full sea Kyle and how he smirked like the biggest asshole ever as he realized what a nasty thing he's doing.
Yeah. And you can compare like clips of this and stuff to like the regular neo-Nazis in the streets and stuff. It seems pretty on the it's a big coincidence if it's not intentional. So,
and he did it twice. Like he did one sea Kyle and he's like, gotta do another one. Oh, and another one.
Yeah, he's not. People treat him like he's like a toddler who doesn't know what he's doing for some reason, which is like bizarre for the fucking 100 trillion billionaire or whatever.
Well, I mean, the only way you could tell if it was a sea Kyle or not is if when he denies it, but he just doesn't comment, so it's like Schrodinger's sea Kyle.
Schrodinger's sea Kyle, yeah.
So wait, are you saying that when all the Nazis were sea Kyling, they had to clarify after the fact that it was in fact a sea Kyle?
No, I'm saying like, how do you know something a Russian says it's true? It's like when the Kremlin denies it, then you know that it definitely is true, you know. And when in the same way Elon lies about everything, if he says it wasn't a sea cow, then we know it. You know, he might have actually just spazzed out on ketamine. That is possible, you know. But
Yeah.
like if he denies that it was sea cowing, then we know he was definitely sea cowing.
Okay.
I saw this is part of a very other Elon drama, his Path of Exile 2 account, and whether or not that's real. Someone caught him online while he was sitting there at the inauguration, so
Yeah.
someone else is playing fucking Path of Exile for him.
Paying people to play Path of Exile for him.
Yeah, so he looks smarter to like the 20 people who know what Path of Exile is and care, I guess. Except they can tell that he's not a real player. It's a game I'd never heard of before this controversy, which just makes it funny to me that he's lying about being the best player ever in this fucking MMO
that one.
Or whatever.
Like it's like I don't even know why anyone would want to be like the best guy at Path of Exile. It's like,
yeah,
it blows my mind.
I don't know.
I mean, I've tried it like once so long ago and I didn't enjoy it.
What we're saying is someone needs to go up to Elon, they need to pull off his fucking granny pants, and they need to take a pair of scissors and snip his bandages and then poke at his weird misshapen heart.
Yeah, do it.
Get rid of him.
Wow,
and if he turns big for a minute, so be it. That's fine.
Well, he already turned big, so it might have already happened.
That's true. He turned big and then he got on Ozempic and now he's regular size and he can be dispatched easily. Yeah. With the Eraserhead baby method.
No, yeah, his head already rolled to where it's destroying planets, you know, we're already in this reality.
Yeah.
Mars is next after he's done with the era.
It's his hunger knows no bounds, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
I mean, this is so crazy. How long is Trump and Elon? How long are they gonna get along? If Trump can just crypto scam his audience, then what does Elon have to offer him? You know, he's already gonna have all the money he wants by just like making. He's just gonna have like an emergency call where he interrupts all the TV channels to shill his next crypto coin. Okay, and he's not gonna need Elon anymore.
Possibly. Well,
can you wait for that? This is gonna be so exciting. Like, this is the newest tech in crypto scams.
It will be. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Goodbye.
Have a good one.
Rest in peace to David Lynch.
Rest in peace, David.
Yeah, welcome to the most contemporary episode of David Lynch's memorial.
Yeah. I think to end off, I'd like you all to join us in meditation. We're going to do 10 minutes of transcendental meditation to remember him by.
How will you know if we're being silent? Are you just
We're
gonna
meditating.
mute the mic?
I'm already meditating, Florian.
Okay, I guess I'll just do it too.
Okay. Bye.
That-
Everyone.
Bye.
That wasn't actually us
God.
being quiet for 10 minutes. That was actually just us playing the movie Eraserhead for 10 minutes, because that was the first 10 minutes without any dialogue.
Wow. Very funny, Florian.
Yeah.
You got him. You got David Lynch.
Got him.
How will he ever recover?
You got him just as good as the fucking Palisade Fire that did him in. Got him.
Mm-hmm. And emphysema.
Yeah.
Is that what happened? Damn.
I think the stories he got, he was in the smoke came in through his windows and stuff, and probably set off his like respiratory issues he was already having more. or something. So,
Damn.
yeah. But goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Freaking making a fake silent time. Unbelievable.
Bye.
Bye.